Critics agree. Of all the TV shows on today, this is probably one of them. It was the year 1883, give or take a Tuesday, when it all began in this most innocent of dwellings in London, England. Here, the good Dr. Henry Jekyll labored well into every night, striving to invent a diet cola with no aftertaste.
I believe this formula should suffice for my purpose.
He decided to test it on one of his laboratory mice before sampling it himself. A pretty awful thing to do, even to a mouse.
Here, small rodent, sample this, if you will.
No, not again! Try this one on the dog! Try it on the goldfish!
As a Diet Cola, Dr. Jekyll's new formula rated an F, but it was not without its effect. Dr. Jekyll came to an instant conclusion.
Circumstances recommend that I relocate my hindmost regions to another locale.
Rough translation, good time to get my rear in gear and out of here.
I would yell for help, but I shouldn't wish to be a bother to anyone. I shall go and locate an exterminator.
One minute a mouse, the next minute a monster. You might call it a silly premise for a cartoon, but we call it one of Garfield's Tales from the Microwave. Good evening. I'm going to attempt to tell the story of Dr. Jekyll in the time it takes to microwave this TV dinner. Dr. Jekyll knew he had to get that mouse out of his place, so he ran down to Oxford Street, where there was an exterminator named Jonathan Arbuckle.
And so, my good man, you simply must come and rid my flat of that mouse. Bring mouse poison. Bring mouse traps.
Oh, I'm afraid I never touch them things, Governor.
Then how on earth...
We here use the natural means of pest elimination. Allow me to fetch me equipment and show you. Let's see. Ants, termites, cockroaches, encyclopedia salesman. Huh, now there's a real pest for you. Ah, here we go. Mice.
I beg your pardon? You're interrupting me right in the middle of me fish and chips.
Sorry, mate, but the gent here has himself a mouse problem, he does. I thought maybe we'd have a go at it.
Quite. They hurried to the lab, pausing only for tea and those boring little cookies that English people like.
Could you give us a description of the mouse, Governor?
I believe so. 6 feet tall? No, 7. Weight approximately 300 pounds. Long, steely claws, sharp fangs.
Oh, I see. Anything unusual about this mouse?
No, nothing in particular.
Kind of a big one, wouldn't you say? Well, might as well get on with it. A job to do and all that.
Awfully brave cat you have there, Arbuckle.
Quite.
Oh, Mouse. I say, are you in here, Mouse? Oh, Mouse. Awfully unsporting of you, hiding from me like this.
Let me go! Let me go!
I say, don't make me run after you in this humidity. Be a good chap and just get in the cage. There's a good fellow. My, you're a lot smaller than described. Dr. Jekyll said you were 7 foot tall and 300 pounds. Well, I must say that's a bit more like it.
Sounds like my mouse is giving your cat a spot more trouble than we'd expected.
A bit, perhaps.
Strong little bounder, isn't he?
Quite.
Let me have another go at him. Now see here, Mouse. You had your little fun. Time to go.
Zounds. Sounds like my little rodent is considerably more of a problem than we'd expected.
It looks like there's only one thing we can do. Tea time!
I say, you're not being very gentlemanly about this. You know, if he keeps this up, I may just have to get rough. So that was pretty much how it went for the next 2 or 3 hours. The cat would go in, he'd catch the mouse would hiccup, the mouse would mop the place up with the cat. Parched, the cat paused only for a little refreshment before pressing on. By now, the mouse had figured out that he pretty much was in control. Ah, there you are, mouse. I must insist that you stop doing that. Now that is exactly what I just asked you not to do.
Sugar?
Please.
Cream?
A drop.
Sounds like a bit of a ruckus.
A bit.
There he goes.
Yes. Blimey, that's the second biggest mouse I've ever seen.
So it looked like their problems with the monster mouse were over. Their problems with the monster cat were, however, just beginning.
You're not impressing anyone, you know.
Not one bit.
Enraged, the monster grabbed them up and began rampaging about the city. The alarm went out across London. Dozens of police descended on the scene. Trapped, the monster suddenly... Ah, my dinner's ready. Hey, I'm sorry, but that's all the time we have for today here on Garfield's Tales from the Microwave. By the way, have you ever noticed how these dinners always have one thing in them you don't want to eat?